The Necsa role would be to produce the fuel, to beneficiate the uranium, to supply to the nuclear power plants, as well as to build the research reactor from which we'll be testing components and the fuel that we'll be producing at Necsa. Yes, we'll be leading the localization because we have the manufacturing capability, and we also have an enterprise development process that will link local industry with the procurement process. We've just finished negotiating and putting together the RFP with Eskom. Eskom team and the Necsa team have been working tirelessly over the past few weeks, and now we're just ready to take it to our boards for endorsement to go forward. We definitely need nuclear. We have two baseload solutions in South Africa. It's coal and it's nuclear. It would be ludicrous not to use what we have and we can derive from our own country, and we buy sources of energy such as gas that come out of other countries. We need to beneficiate our own minerals to ensure that we supply South Africans with cheap, affordable electricity. So nuclear is part of that, and coal is part of that. We need also to develop renewable energy to ensure that we can apply it in areas where it's required. Nuclear is baseload, which means it can run 100% of the time when you require it. And it's also dispatchable, which means if you want 20%, you can get 20%. If you want 60%, you can get 60%. That is what nuclear and other baseload sources such as coal can do. Renewable energy is available when it is. When the wind is blowing, you'll get renewable, you'll get energy out of a windmill, and when the sun is shining, and you can get energy from the sun. But you cannot get 10%, 20% as you require it. Dispatchability is important, especially when you're going to send miners down a shaft. You don't want their cage to be driven by an intermediate source. Certainly we can. The cheapest electricity today in South Africa comes out of Koeberg. Koeberg is amortized, and so are the coal stations. So you cannot argue that because it's amortized, that's why you're getting cheap electricity. You're getting cheap electricity out of it, regardless of the fact that it was expensive to build in the first place. So, and you can run it for 50 to 60 years, and that means you're getting cheap electricity for longer. So because you can see the horizon, a 20-year horizon of amortizing the plant, you want to be able to build it. Just as you would build a house, you build it not because you have all the money up front, you build it because you know you can afford the repayments. We definitely can afford nuclear in that regard. We have project managers, we have the engineers, but I cannot sit here and tell you that we have all of them. We have the skills, and we can partner with others. We are busy training other project managers and engineers to ensure that we can do this. Initially, we'll be using more of other people than what we've got, but we will eventually have the right level of skills in every category. It will be a dispatchable source of electricity for us, and you want that to be able to build factories, to start to manufacture. We've been deindustrializing in South Africa for a while, since we started running out of electricity in 2008. And now you want to be able to do those things, to re-industrialize. That would be one benefit. The other benefit is it will be bringing skills into the country that we don't have at the moment in abundance, to ensure that we can compete with other nations who are knowledgeable in high technology sectors. Once we can do that, we will be able to dream to do other things. Maybe put a man on the moon again.